A question for you. So, Medicare Advantage, and so some people who are watching might be learning about Medicare for the first time and might want to understand what's the difference between Medicare or maybe what they call regular Medicare or Medicare Advantage, or maybe people have heard about Medicare Part D as well.
Sure.
Could you just give us a quick walkthrough of like the A through D and what that means?
Yeah, here's the 2 minute what the heck is Medicare? All right. So and I alluded to. So basically Medicare, there's four parts technically. There's A, B, C, D. So let's start with the original Medicare, which is that card that's in most people's wallets, which is A and B. A's hospitals. I mean, there's other stuff, but it's mostly hospitals, and there's a big, co-insurance that you have to pay and deductible that you got to meet. I think skilled nursing is a part of it, hospice, as well as some blood. That's all part A. That's something that we've worked for our entire lives. So it's free when you hit 65, but is it free? You paid at least 40 quarters or 10 years worth into it. And if you're still working after 65, well, you'll still be paying there. Then B is our optional, right? So it's the hospital. I'm sorry. It is the doctors. It's the outpatient surgeries. It's the medications you get while in the doctors or hospital. It's basically everything else. There's a deductible that's part of it. And this is the 80-20 split. So if you just have original Medicare, A and B, got to pay a big deductible for hospital stays. And then basically whatever the tally is after, you're going to owe about 20% of whatever that bill is. No cap, no ceiling. So that's why we have some additional gap of coverage along with that. We're going to skip C right now. We're going to go A, B, D.
The
Yeah.
suspense is building. Okay, so
So
let's go
D
to
is
D. What's D all about?
D for drugs. The easiest way to remember that, right? D is your prescription drug plan. Now, when you turn 65, this is a very crucial. This information is really important. When you turn 65, you have an option if you're going to keep working and you have credible coverage through your work. You can opt to not take Medicare at 65 and get it later, but you got to fill out forms and give it to the Social Security office. However, let's just say hypothetically you're gonna at 65, you're not gonna take Medicare, you're not gonna take your drug plan, and I'm really healthy, I don't want to pay for this. But then when you turn 70 or even a year later and you want to enroll in it, there's a whole nother window of time, and you're gonna have lifetime fees for not enrolling into it when you need it for both Part B and Part D. A lot of people don't talk about that. So Part D, prescription drug plan. Even if you're on one drug or no drugs, it is advantageous to enroll in one because you don't know what's going to happen. We don't have a crystal ball, right? So let's just be prepared for it. So that's original Medicare and what mom and dads for ages have had. A, B, D. C, other option. Here we go. I know, round two. That's your Advantage plan. That's when private insurance is getting money from the government subsidized to be your primary insurance. So although you'll still always pay your Part B, you're actually going to be carrying one card around, and you're going to carry around one of the major carriers in your area's card to go do everything. So that's the short version of what ABCD is. ABD together, and then Part C separate.
So you can if you're an insurance, well, you're a consumer of this insurance, you can have A, B, and D, or you can have C and D.
So C oftentimes includes D. So it's called a Medicare Advantage Prescription Drug Plan. So MAPD, which is, but they also have MA plans that are only just Medicare Advantage, which is just your doctors and hospitals. Those are primarily used for people that are VA, for example. If you get your drugs and all that stuff through the VA, but you still want to shop the private sector for your doctors, that's a really good opportunity for you. Or if you're somebody who didn't take your Part D when you signed up and now you're 75 and you're like, well, I don't want to pay, well, but I want a coverage, and that's another option to go down as well.